So we're cleaning up the pasture, so let's cut up some junk for scrap metal. This thing's so rusty. There's like, I don't know if it's rust in here, but there's something about that thick down in here. And I can't really cut through it. I'm melting through it, but I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is. Alright, that knocked that loose. I don't know what it was. I think it was just rust laying down in the frame. Or it could have been mud or something. I mean, it came off as soon as I did that. So we're going to cut through the bottom here. I'm going to stay away from the gas tank. We're going to cut over here, and then we'll cut the body mount off. Done. Yeah, we got a little fire going on that body mount. Dirt at it. All right. Stayed away from the gas tank, far away, and it's empty anyway, but still, don't get your torch on the gas tank. So the reason we're cutting this thing up is it's too heavy to load with the Bobcat, and so cutting it up we can load it. It's getting scrapped, so quick work with the torch makes it easy to load. We can now just pick it up, set it on the trailer, and right now the Bobcat's kind of hurting. We've got to get the pump rebuilt on it. Main controls on it are worn out. You can't turn left, if I remember right. So to turn left you gotta turn right, or maybe it's to turn right you have to turn left. I don't remember which one. So it's not doing so hot, but we're trying to get some stuff cleaned up here, and so we will do what we can with what we got. So this one's ready to load. I've got one more I'll probably cut up just to make it easier to load as well, and it's going to be a lot heavier, so it may be harder to flip. We'll see. I don't think it doesn't have a gas tank or anything, so I don't have to worry about that on it, but it's quite heavy. And you can see this truck is just completely rusted out. Well, for some reason the camera wasn't recording, so you missed the rollover of that one. I apologize. I don't know if memory card filled up, or I guess it didn't, so I guess it was user error. Rolled this one over. I did not feel comfortable with it. I rolled it over on its side, and it seemed like it was wanting to roll over, so I didn't feel comfortable with trying to work on it, you know, and cut it with it on its side. So we'll do it with it on its back, and we're just going to cut it right at the bed, and it's just an easy, you know, all we have to do, like on the other one, just cut it at the bed, and you don't have to cut the body or anything, and that should be enough off of it that the Bobcat's able to lift it. So we're going to do that. Again, man, I wish y'all could have seen me cut it. That was, or not cut it, roll it. It was quite the sight. Of course, you got to see the other one. But I'm gonna go get the torch. It looks like we've stirred up some wasp. I'm gonna let them die down a little bit, and then we'll cut this thing up. I think this one will be a little easier to cut. It's just a C-channel frame. The other one was a boxed frame, and it just the way the body mounts were, and trying to work around the gas tank. This one, it's got no gas tank. This one had one in the cab, but that's long gone. That was removed, and we can easily cut it there. It's gonna be a little thicker metal, but it should cut just fine. And yeah, so we'll cut this side. I'll take the torch around to the other side. We'll cut it. I really hate that y'all missed me flipping it. It was quite the sight. I hooked onto the B-pillar, rolled it over. There's no rear window in this thing. Roof's completely rotten. You can see how mangled the cab is. It's rusted out at the bottom. The floor's gone. It's gone. This truck was sideswiped. It's got a bent frame. It was hit super hard, and the whole frame is like that. It bends about right here and goes that way. It destroyed the rear axle when it did it. I guess it hit a curb or something, broke axle shaft out of it. I mean, this thing, it was hit hard. So let's cut it, and hopefully it'll be light enough we can load it. figured the cab would roll like that because there's nothing on the front of it. So that's why I was on the bed. Knew the bed wouldn't roll, it's just gonna drop. All right, it is done. I'm done with my torch. Turn my bottles off. Always make sure turn those off before you forget to. There's our cut. You can see how rusted out it is. The roof is detached from the, it rusted out all around the roof and detached from the cab. Alright, that's it. We are done. We're going to load these up and say good riddance to them. Well, if I can't video it when I flipped it on its side, maybe I can at least flip the cab back over and y'all can see that. Will that make up for missing the flip over? Probably not, but it may not flip. What I'm counting on is the frame horn digging into the ground to make it leverage back over. It'll be quite a flip when it goes over. It'll be quite a sight because it's going to have some speed to it coming down. We tried to flip it, and of course the body mount's just ripped out and left the cab, but that's fine. Make it a little easier to load, lighter. We can definitely load the frame, then load the cab, and should have easy go at it. While I'm hooked up, I may drag the frame around, and then I'll roll the cab over because it'll be easier to load if it's sitting flat. I don't know if the cab's going to hold together to flip over or not. It looks like we got a fire over here though. So let's deal with that first. No fire. There was some wood in the bottom of that bed and it was just smoldering, so we threw some dirt on top of it. It's about to get loaded onto the trailer, flipped back over. We'll make sure it's all clear. So let's see if this cab will flip over. I'm not hooked up at a real good spot. We may pull through the cab. We'll see. Left the roof on the ground. That's how rotten this thing is. Well, you saw how rotten it was that the body mounts just pulled right out. But we got the roof right here. But now we got a convertible. Like I said, the cab is junk on this thing. You can see where it got hit. And the floor's rotten, the firewall's rotten. Roof gone. Bondo, Bondo, Bondo. it's just gone. And I guess we should flip that back over as well. Maybe we'll make a show out of that one. We'll see if we can hook onto the bumper and flip it on its end. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll try it. That'd be fun. Leave it like that. All right, I think we're done. I'm gonna get these things loaded. All right, we're loaded up. So I'll give you, if you notice my dance with the Bobcat, doing some ballet dancing, going round and round. When we started this project, getting, cleaning up, scrapping and all that, it was a little slow and reverse, I think on the right control. And now it's gotten worse to where it won't turn left. It may have been the left control. I'm pretty sure it was the right control was slow. It was jumpy. It would not work and then all of a sudden work. Now it won't turn left. The left controls barely work going forward, and it will not turn left. It will turn right, so we turn right to go left. And as soon as we finish this stuff up, we're gonna have to tear this thing down and see what's going on with it. But I think the main pump, which has the controls for the drive, I think that has it's just worn out. It's gonna have to get rebuilt. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. This is ready to go, and then I'll get that cab and another load, but I figured this was good enough for this load. And the scrapyard is about 2 miles away. It's super close, so we're not going far, but we do have it all strapped down. Oh man, that was some hard stuff to cut. It was so rusty. I don't know if you've tried to cut flaky rust,
but the inside of these pipes were full of flaky rust and mud. And so what happens is that rust doesn't want to cut, it just wants to melt. And when you throw oxygen at it, like you would normally do to cut, it doesn't do anything. If you just leave the heat on it, it eventually starts melting. As you can see, all the stuff I had to melt through to get this stuff cut, the insides of the pipes were just filled with that stuff. But we got it. I think it's sticking out about 4 feet. We'll put a flag on it. We're really, really close to the scrapyard, probably less than 3 miles. So we'll put a flag on it. That's good enough. I started cutting it shorter, and then I started looking, and there was a bunch of pipe that were around this length, like this one, this one, this one, that one over there. You know, this one's similar length, that one. And so I was like, you know what? We're gonna cut it that length, and we should be good. Like I said, we'll put a flag on it. It's going straight to the scrapyard. All this will get piled up on the front, probably like right in there, and should be good. This will be a good heavy load scrap, and this pretty much finish up most of the scrap. So it's been kind of a long process. But this pipe is no good. Some of it's pipe, some of it's drill stem, but it's been sitting in the dirt probably before I was born, probably 40 plus years, and it's just no good. It's rusted out, bad shape. So it's getting scrapped. It'll bring some good money in scrap and come back as a Hyundai. Anyway, battery light's flashing. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more.